So we're here to talk about the associative property, and the associative property has to do with grouping symbols. And so we're talking parentheses. Parentheses are a grouping symbol in math, meaning we can group things together when we use it. If you look at the word associative, you almost see the word social in the middle of it. It's because it has the same root word. Social, if you're social, you like to group together. You like to be with other people. And so that's how we remember that this associative property has to do with grouping symbols. And so basically it's saying if I'm adding three things and I have the parentheses here, I can move them over here. Or if I'm multiplying three things and I have these two grouped together to multiply first, I can change that to multiply over here. And you're like, why would that matter? Actually, sometimes it can be really helpful. So let's say I had the problem like 2 plus 1/2 plus 3/2. Okay. I picked really simple fractions, but let's say I wanted to add it with the fractions first and then deal with the whole number. I could write that like this, and then when I went to evaluate it, I could add these together to get a whole number and then add it to this one, okay? And that would be one way that I might see it, but in this case, I get 2.5 plus 3.5, which would be 6, or I would get 4 plus 2 is 6. Either way, it's going to come out to the same thing. When you start throwing variables and stuff in, this can make a big difference on what you can group together and what you can't. So let's look at another example of the associative property. Again, I'm just moving the grouping symbols, and that allows me to change the order that I'm adding in, or multiplying in this case. So let's say I had 3 times 1/4, and I was multiplying that by 16. This would be an example of, hey, I really would like to regroup it because it's a lot easier to do 1/4 of 16. 1/4 times 16 is just going to be 4, and then I can do 4 times 3. It makes my life a lot simpler. These two things are going to be equivalent. I'm just moving which ones I'm doing first. Because remember, according to the order of operations, you do the stuff inside the grouping symbols first. So the associative property allows me to move those grouping symbols to do something else first if it's easier to do the problem that way. Okay? I hope this helps, and we'll talk more about the associative property in another video.